Today, we have two major things we're going to do. We're going to do a tier list for Master Duel format. However, I think we're going to do it at the end. I just want to play some more. I want to get to Masters, get some more impressions of the current format. Because one of the decks that we're going to rank in the tier list is also White Forest. And White Forest is the deck we're going to try to make work today. It was my YouTube members' turn to vote for a deck that we play. And White Forest won, which I'm down with. We're going to do some White Forest ladder climb today. White Forest is a deck that you can take a lot of different directions. Obviously, my favorite version of White Forest is White Forest Runic. However, that deck in Master Duel is not looking very, very good. It's probably going to be, in some way, shape, or form, White Forest as a Mina. This is just the baseline build that I made last week that we're going to work on. We're probably going to add Fiendsmith to this because when I played this deck the last time, I felt like it was a little low on engine. I kind of want more engine pushes in this deck. I have also seen Task's stream earlier this morning. He's doing something that a lot of people are not doing in Master Duel at the moment, which I think is quite interesting. That has also been done in the TCG a couple of times. You don't have to play the full Fiendsmith engine to do your thing with two bodies on the board. You can also just play a copy of Fiendsmith, which I think is something I want to adapt. If you draw the one Fiendsmith, it's going to be a dead draw because you don't have a Fiendsmith spell trap to add, so you can't discard it. But as long as the Fiendsmith Engraver is in your deck, you can still turn any two monsters into Closed Moon, make Requiem, bring out the Engraver, make Sequence, use into Lacrima, bring back the Engraver, and make a Caesar in the middle of your combo to make your combo more resilient to Nibiru. In this deck in particular, I think that's fine because if you draw the Engraver, you can tribute it for Deception of the White Forest. You can discard it for Diabellstar, right? There's ways to make use of the card even if you do draw it. I'm not opposed to actually trying that. There is also the option to add Kashtira cards to this. I am not sure if I want to do that right now. We're supposed to try things, see if we like them, and iterate over them. That's the entire idea of this sort of segment. So if we ever feel like we want to try the Kashtira cards, we can. All right, let's try this. I need to learn it anyways. It doesn't have to be perfect yet. I'm not an expert at all the lines in this deck anyways. I am a little worried about consistency in this deck, but we'll see if that's an actual problem. Okay, this hand slaps. In this instance, I feel like we can just skip the Murcielago part, right? Do I really have to go for Murcielago? What's the point? I should still do it. It's free anyways, because I get the fusion spell back. I could still go Deception, tribute the Murcielago, get back the Hollowed, activate Hollowed, make Sylvia, just to get the Deception into rotation, because it'd be free anyways. I could search the Trap, and then send Murcielago for Diabellstar, I guess? I'm not playing Mo Regina, no. So now, do I even use this to search? I don't think I do. I don't use Guardian Chimera. I don't have the fusion spell. So grab this. I'm just freestyling this, so that's probably not going to be optimal. But I haven't looked into like if you have like 3 card combos or something. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. So like Sylvie can now grab Tails, but I don't really need another monster, do I? Because like I could grab Azamina LZ, but what does Azamina LZ still search at this point? It searches Sinful Spoils, right? So I don't need any of those. Like, I'll just grab Woes. Then I'll make Arciela. You need a level 2? I can pivot into a level 2 though. I have normal summoned. I could still grab this now. There's no point. I'm not going to draw first. I'm going to make the Moon first because I don't want to top deck my only Engraver. I'm freestyling this a little bit, but I think it's fine. I think no matter what we do here, we're going to end on a strong enough board. I'm just trying to experiment a little bit, see where these lines go. That's going to be Engraver. Now that I can't draw the Engraver anymore, I can go activate Rushia, pitch this because it resets itself for free. Sick. Just reset this before I forget. And then sequence, activate sequence, make this, shuffle this and this, Lacrima, special. I could make Apo here, bring back Engraver, bring back a tuner, make Baron. It'd be Apo, Baron, Ilya, 4 trap cards. Ash in hand. It's an insane end board. I could also make Beatrice. I think that's too fancy. It's a shame we're just doing generic end board dot, you know. Appaloosa does need to go, I agree. It's just an advertisement for the TCG ban list, to be honest. Look at my White Forest end board. Isn't it cool? Draw a Maxi from Wanted. I've told you this a couple of times. How is the universe supposed to know what you want if you don't tell them? You need to tell the universe sometimes. They are, in fact, about to scream. Yeah. No. No. Yep. The funniest part is the Maxi didn't even draw a single card. It was not necessary at all. It was just to add insult to injury. The Maxi only delivered emotional damage, nothing else. Oh, I hate the sand so much, dude. I think I'm just passing. They got 40 cards. There's no way I'm just committing into any Veiler, Imperm, Ash. Completely destroys me, right? Like I normal summon a Stellar, use its effect. I lose my Called By and my Fuva. And it'd be so good if the Fuva was a spell trap. The next annoying thing, I can't set my Called By the Grave because I would want to Fuva them. Ugh. Oh my god. No, don't tell me you're a trap deck. I could have comboed. Oh my god, it's Labyrinth. Oh shit. I probably could have comboed against Labyrinth. Well. Peekaboo. Yeah, White Forest is caught in this weird position between wanting to play as many spell traps as possible, but then also needing to play all kinds of like hand traps right now, which is weird. If they had that last turn already, that would have cooked me if I played the other way, so I guess it's fine. No, I had Ash for that. Never mind. That specific one I could have beaten. Okay, it's not Imperm. That's good. Board breaker approach though. There's a small chance you could do a board breaker approach right now because I have a feeling that most people will not end on Desiree at the moment. Most people I think are going for other lines. 4, 6, 7, 3, 3, 1. Yeah, they can do it. Good. Yep. So we'll add woes. They probably set a hand trap too. It's not Ariana. Didn't even chain Lady. That was intentional. If they chain Lady, the math doesn't work for the cannon. So that's understandable. I'm not going to end phase woes because they can chain Lady to it and get a trap and then use it on my turn. I'm probably going to woes on my turn. All right, they're doing more math. That's fair enough. It's Deception first. Yeah, but the Hollowed was in the graveyard. I felt like that was going to make it weird. Hollowed was in the graveyard, so I can only summon one more fusion. I don't know. Hollowed Chain Wanted. I like that play a lot too. It's very fun to do that. It is very fun to do that. So it was going to be SP, banish the cannon, bring back Engraver, make Caesar. So the end board was Ilya, Sylvia, Caesar, SP, the 2 trap cards versus 2 cards in hand. I think we were chilling there. Honestly, I am pretty convinced by now that the 1 of Engraver is worth it. We're climbing pretty well with this deck, and I'm not surprised by that. I knew the deck was going to be pretty good. At this point, we've been playing for like well over 1.5 hours or something. Maybe we should try and think about some improvements we could make to the list. I have been noticing that I've been wanting to draw more spell trap cards so I can properly pay the cost for my White Forest cards to start playing. You don't want to send a Cult by the Grave or an Imperm or a Talons. Also, I do kind of see now why the deck doesn't play multiple copies of Diabellstar. I think drawing Diabellstar is kind of because it's just like such a commitment to start your plays with Diabellstar. This Droll Lockhart has done nothing. I don't think we can really cut on the end of Veiler, Ash, Puva, and Imperm. We could play a second Deception. I don't think I would want all 3, but technically Deception is a way to start playing and also a solid send for White Forest cards if you send it from the field because it'll come back. Thrust. So you're saying like play a Thrust because if you're under Molcharmi or Maxi, you can just grab Woes and pass. I don't hate that idea. It's just a 1 of, but I could see that being better than more Talons because people might Maxi or Fuva you in draw phase. I feel like they do that a lot. I can try it. That elf, you've never summoned it? Yeah, the elf Beatrice line, I am not convinced we need that. I think Caesar is a good option. Yes, only 1 Diabellstar. I could have ashed it, but then Maxi completely destroys me. And I don't think my position is bad here if I get Woes, because I'm going to have 4 interruptions, basically. I have Morian, Imper, that's fine. I have Imper, Morian, and Ash now. Versus what's going to be 4 cards in hand, and I have follow-up. I didn't think that was worth it. Did you play the events? I did. I haven't finished them yet though. Like there's new missions now and I kind of want to do them. I really like streaming them. Oh my god, what the hell? I really like streaming them on the first day of the event. I don't like it as much when it's like a week old. I'm not gonna Fuva on flip because I don't want to draw 0 cards. My tails are in the graveyard, so like my Sylvie is actually not a 1-card combo right now. That's scary. But it means I live, so that's good. He might have to search a Bestial. Yeah. Dark? Really? I don't have a dark. Felt a little pointless. Like, what are you making? Princess in main phase 2 for Pydra is not that threatening. Maybe SP banish the Rushia. That's not bad. Okay, I guess that does put pressure on me, right? Because that means I have to basically get control over the game next turn or I will die the turn after, which is fine, I suppose. The card in hand that isn't Kaiman is also probably non-engine because they didn't use it to win this turn, right? Princess not needing a fire monster is insane. The lack of a restriction in general on that card is completely crazy. Ruddy Rose, I guess. I think I can deal with Ruddy Rose though. Okay, that's 2 tuners. I think that is not as good as it could have been because the princess is also on the field. That's probably not that bad. Okay. We have black goat in the graveyard. We don't have to call anything with it. We'll just go ahead and start with a stellar. Okay. This endboard is literally worse than just leaving the ball drake there, by the way. The ball drake there was actually probably good enough. This is no longer good enough. I go with deception. Hello. Wanted. I'll do a gambit here. I'll reset the Morian so I don't forget. I'll also set it over here so I can't play into that column. That's Giga 5 head right there. I can't even possibly make that mistake. That's the one loose con I have. The sequencing doesn't matter here for the most part because I know they don't have any interruptions. So like, yes, if there was like a card in hand, you would make Baron first here. That can go. Why not take plus 1 point? Yeah, I should have, but it's irrelevant. But yeah, you're right. Take it. Oh, we are now proficient in Master Duel. It's been a good day in terms of laddering. What is that? Your last 20 games, right? 16 and 4. Very good. Great hand, by the way. Sick. Love that for me. Should have blinded second, I suppose. Deception. Okay. Going to be letting that happen. I have to draw a card. Ooh. Wait, they're going into that now? That's giving me 2 more draws. Special a level 9 or lower. Yeah, okay. They might go for game. Yeah, Diabellstar. Set a sinful spoils. I'll tailor that. This is 7,000. Guess we'll see. Yeah, okay, we apparently live. You can use the fusion spell in battle phase, right? We could die to that. No, okay. The reason why I Veilered the Diabellstar is because it could have gotten Deception, and Deception would just be very impossible to play around because it gives me 1500 damage, right? That is what I was thinking. When an Azamina or Sinful Spoils card effect is activated, target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them. I cannot target my own cards, which I don't know. For what does that matter? Sylvie and Rusha revive. Okay. I also cannot target Saint Azamina. How do I out Saint Azamina? Oh, I gotta book it. Okay, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. We still should have Fubat in case the set was woes. No, I'm gonna Ash for this. The last one is Morian. So it's a Diabell Star with 2000 defense. Wouldn't SP have been enough for a Diabell Star? I mean, it was all just different routes to a guaranteed victory. It doesn't really matter, but yes. You can also just banish the Diabell Star, have them set something, and then they passed, and the Diabell Star comes back, and then you deal with it that way. It doesn't really matter. The thing is, when you play this sort of deck, you kind of see both sides of the argument. Like, this deck is fun to play, but it is also incredibly broken and probably frustrating to lose to sometimes. And the same is true for the Snake Eye deck. Like, when those decks pop off and you get to like figure out the lines and stuff like that, it is fun. Isn't that true for every strong deck? I do think there's an argument to be made that there's some decks that are more fun to lose to than others. That's not true for every single deck, but there are some out there where it's significantly more fun to lose to that. But that is also very, very subjective, of course. It is 60 cards, so branded is not unlikely. Bestial or Crow for this Master Duel meta. I think Bestials are very good if your deck can do some nice stuff with them. I still think Crow is a fine card too. But I do think overall Bestials are the better cards than Crow at the moment. It's not even close, to be honest. I think you would only play Crow if your deck cannot have like bodies on the board. Or if you're already playing Bestials and you don't want like more. Can we get rid of Elf Beatrice for other options? Yeah, absolutely. Chaos Angel, I think, is already like a better option. Definitely. Most of the time, I think it's not correct to use Lacrima's effect to burn in these spots. Because right now I have exactly 3 Light Fiends in the graveyard. I'm going to bring back Engraver by shuffling one of them. So I do think you want to hold one other Light Fiend in the grave for follow-up. So that you can bring back Engraver next turn. Disgusting. Eh? What? Oh, man. Dude, you're playing 60 cards. Stop. Why wouldn't you do that first? Why did you even lead with the fissure? Oh, man. Oh, great. Thank you. Well, I guess this just got a little interesting. Not that interesting, though, to be fair. Chaos Angel would save us. You assume that we need any sort of saving here. Like we're not absolutely fine. We're not being sphere moded again. I won't let him. No! What the hell? No! Ah, Jesus Christ. Cease! Die to your own lava golem. That's right. The hell was that game, man? Oh, man. Maybe I should have called bide so that I can cross out a potential imperm. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I was thinking like called bide is a better defensive card than cross out, but if I just want to maximize my chances of playing this turn, it should have been this. Thankfully, it's Effect Veiler and not imperm. Never punished. If I go Deception to search the trap, no, right? Gotta be Wanted. But how good is Wanted here? That's probably fine. Do I normal Fuva link it off first so that I'm bouncing from the graveyard? Ah, yeah. Kind of hurts linking off the Sylvia. I guess I didn't have to do that. But... Can't you draw for a normal? I already normaled and I don't have a Sinful Spose in the grave because we didn't open Deception. We hard opened Hollowed. We can do Beatrice Elf for the first time, but we don't have a spell trap to send for it. This is banished when it leaves the field, so you can't pay cost with it. You have Sequence? I do have Sequence. I do have Sequence. Ooh. Hold up. Bro, they think we're almost done, dude. We just started. Yeah, Elf Beatrice should definitely not be legal. That's crazy. Still, I don't know if I would keep playing this, but that is ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Not okay. That was not okay, man. That was not okay. Oh my God. Look at the follow-up too. Anyways, add back Hollowed, summon back Engraver. Any chance we get a rated tryhard stream with this deck? Once we reach Master 1, which will probably be tomorrow, I think we're gonna focus on some tryharding, yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be this deck or not, because I ultimately think, and that's the craziest part, I don't think this is even close to the power of the best deck in the game right now, which is Snake Eyes. I mean, it's kind of close to the power of that deck, but like, it is still a decent chunk behind that, I think. I probably would try to master that deck before Duelist Cup as well. Just to get this session to a close, the Beatrice Elf line was good in that very last game, but that is about it. I think the inherent problem with this idea of, hey, you can use the Fiendsmith cards to access your White Forest engine via a Stellar, you're not really making your Moon combos if you don't already have engine. You kind of have to already be playing to do that, and let's be real, that last game, we could have won without that card anyways. Maybe it happens more often if you end up playing other stuff that just gives you random bodies. Let's say you play Bestials in this or Kashtira cards, which are both viable options, I think. Then I think you could maybe do that. For now, with this list, I was pretty happy with the main deck, but I think I would probably play a Chaos Angel. The last card is kind of up for debate. I don't know exactly what I would do there. Maybe you can play a Typhon. You could play Formula to turn the Diabell Pass into a Baron or Chaos Angel potentially. I don't hate those ideas. Now that you play the Chaos Angel, maybe you could also play Mo Regina. That wouldn't be the worst, to be be honest. Those are the options I would go for. That package, by the way, I think is phenomenal. In combo decks like this, I think it's really underrated to just play the one engraver. You could also, no problem, play the full Fiendsmith package in this deck. Like, you could be playing 2 engravers, Tract and Lurie. I just didn't feel like that was necessary. I really liked the ability to pivot into those cards whenever I wanted. But overall, I think the deck is pretty good. I just think, like, the only problem, quote unquote, with this deck, once again, there is just a stronger option out there. I need you to address the Caesar. Caesar is a solid option because you don't always want to go for Apo, because there are certain decks that Caesar is a lot better against than Apo. Like, let's say you're playing against Tenpai because you know they sent you first and you're comboing and you want to go into the Fiendsmith line to play around Nibiru, then I would always rather make a Caesar than an Appaloosa, because Caesar in defense mode helps you win to Nibiru, but it's much better into Lightning Storm and in general just beats Tenpai, right? So like, I think that option being available is nice, even though you don't end up using it very much, versus the Elf Beatrice line that seems way too gimmicky, and even though is an option, doesn't actually come up. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support as always. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.